We're back for another podcast. This time we're just gonna have a bit of fun. You know, it's called Entanglement.
You know the vibes.
I'm joined by the guys. So we've got Young Marvin, aka Craig to my right. We've got Shades Dan, he's back in the building.
Yep.
Hollywood Dan, Shades Dan.
I've come back with the alter ego for this one.
And he's ready to let off. We've
my
got
days.
Jazz in the building.
Hey,
minus
Shades,
the back off mask.
Shades Jazz too.
Shades Jazz is
Shades
back.
Jazz.
Hollywood Jazz. And last but not least, our special guest, Kai Edwards.
Back again.
Back
again.
3 this year, you know. He got for 3 this year. Hey,
Right.
Kai, we'll go for 4 this year, bro.
Go for yeah, go for.
Let's talk about entanglement.
Alright. Before we start, here's my issue.
I'm just waiting for the eruption.
Yes, leave it to it.
Here's my issue. Innit? You come on us on a show, Red Table Talk.
Your show.
Well, no. Let me, bro.
I'm
building.
backing you up.
No, let me build, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Attack. So they know me, bro.
Build it.
All right, cool. You have a show called Red Table Talks. We talk about all things relationship. Made Snoop Dogg cry. Cried about Tupac. Cried about everything else. But your marriage. Sat there cross-legged like a
Yep.
boss. Told my man, I want to feel good. Like, that's what she said when he asked the question, why'd you cheat?
He basically said, when you got into your entanglement, dickhead, with August Alsina, what were you looking for? Her response to her husband of 25 years or something like that. I just wanted to feel good. His face, Pursuit of Happiness Boardwalk.
Do you know what? That was his only Oscar nomination. But now let's break it down in it. So, Jada cheated.
Yes.
We're just gonna get out there. I know Will and Jada are saying they haven't cheated, but they were still married. There's a cheat.
Just one little thing, because in all they were saying, they described what they have as a life partnership. Right?
But that's because
So-
it changed
Yeah.
at some point. We don't know when.
They didn't go in. They didn't start it thinking that it's gonna be a life
Got you.
partnership.
Yeah.
Continue.
Cool. But they're saying that Jada didn't cheat. For my rule of marriage, until you're divorced, you cheated.
Yeah, this whole we were on a break thing. And by the way, this is something I mentioned to the guys earlier. Will was like, we were basically over. And then she just stepped right over and was like, no, we were done.
We were on a break.
To justify what she did. Nah, you cheated.
But let's break down this.
Raggedy daggedy, you know what.
Well, if she thought they were on a break.
Bro, I'm trying to beat. Nah, I'm not even lying. But but let's break it down from the whole thing. So Jada, August did an interview,
Yep.
and he went because last year he released a song,
Yeah,
but denied what it was about Jada.
Yeah.
This year he was like, F it.
it's about Jada.
It's about Jada.
Yeah.
He broke down the
And-
whole
and
thing,
released the whole
bro.
album as well.
Yeah, but that's what I don't like. But yeah, like,
Roll out, you know the vibes.
but he discussed the whole Jada thing.
Yep.
How he loved her.
How his tone of voice went.
How he saw how he said if he died, he gave his whole self to Jada.
Can we just talk about that for a second? Because I mean, I'll be honest. If I felt that, I mean, look, let's put it this way. That's Christ-like. I'm not even saying that blasphemously,
I know
but
you-
that is effectively the act that Christ did for us in dying from the cross. That is, he's equating their little entanglement as equivalent.
Interaction.
See,
even.
the truth about it is, if we're going to get into the crux of what she did
Which we
to
will.
August,
We will.
when she brought him into their house at 23, 24 years old, after he was going through a lot of health issues.
His mom had passed. He was very addicted to
very
drugs.
messed up in the head.
Lot of traumas.
They said he was sick.
And also, he'd been abused as a child.
Wow.
Yeah,
Should we just call this grooming and call it
Yes.
a day? Because
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Trust me.
yeah.
I'm ready.
So just to get back to what I was saying though, brought him into the house, brought him around the family, made him feel vulnerable around them.
Best friends with Jaden.
Best friends with Jaden, looked up to Will because Will's the Fresh Prince.
Wait. One sec. I'm sorry, but if Jaden Smith does not beat this man.
He has to
No,
at least
no,
fight him.
wait,
He has to at least fight him.
I'm sorry, but how can a man step into your friend as well? Like you just said, your friend, come in and pipes your mum.
So here's the part where I'm like, I understand what you're saying. If it's me, August Alsina's done, bruv. He's not making it past August. That's all I'm saying. But
1 month till August.
he's not living. But for what the situation was, I think if I'm Jaden, you have to understand that the blame here falls on Jada.
No, yeah, of course. But you're still.
Your boy broke rules.
Yeah, boy broke
Oh,
rules.
yeah.
He
And he wrote songs about it as well.
Oh, yeah,
Just
that's
to rub
true,
it in,
that's
didn't it?
He's making money off of songs about piping your mum. That's a bit tough. That's a bit tough.
August Alsina 2-packed Will Smith, bro. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, fully. And the journey's just begun.
Oh.
So, obviously the August interview's out now. Jada said, "I'm bringing myself to the red table."
That meant
Oh,
business.
no. Can we please just qualify that she said that after people were like, hey, come to the red table, and she just kept quiet, and then was like, you know what?
No.
I can't-
No. Her publicist released a statement,
Yes.
which she denied was from her. Will also denied that it happened from a publicist. Then they came to the red table. Carry on.
Yeah.
I have to say though, from a marketing point of view, this is absolute gold.
Oh, yeah, it's genius.
Facebook must be loving
Yeah.
this. Everyone but Will Smith must be loving this.
Everyone
Unless he's got a film
everyone
coming
besides
out
Will
soon.
Smith benefits from this.
Unless he's got a film coming out soon, then he'll get sympathy.
Really?
all
Bad
praise-
Boys?
No, I mean,
He can't do Bad Boys after this.
No, he might have something
Oh.
else coming out. Because Bad Boys came out, right?
But
No,
Bad Boys came out
no,
last
Yeah, but they're
year.
gonna bring out more.
But Bad Boys came out last
Why?
year.
They made a way to continue the universe going.
Yeah.
I've actually
This,
watched it.
this isn't the last one. They're doing another one for sure. I guarantee it.
Okay.
Anyway, so we get to the Jada interview. The moment we've all been waiting for. Jada's gonna come on there and apologize. No.
No.
She and Will sat down. She sat there cross-legged on a chair like she was doing like Kumbaya, bruv.
Oh yeah.
Straight face as well, you know. She was straight face. She was a straight. She didn't have no like guilt in her body or face or anything. She was a straight.
Oh,
Like,
don't worry.
straight.
I know. That's what makes it worse.
Getting there.
He's getting let him lay the
Let-
foundation.
Land it.
Land.
And Will sat there like he'd been crying all week.
Oh,
My guy looked tired.
he looked tired.
He looked stressed.
I've never seen Will Smith with less swag.
Give him his Oscar right now.
Hey man,
Right now.
Fresh Prince looked worn out.
Nah, Fresh Prince was Carlton. He was Carlton. He's officially Carlton. Hey, Alfonso, take that Will Smith band money, bruv. Switch it. Get that license.
Jeez.
Anyway. And then Will. Bro, I feel for you, bruv.
I don't.
I know I'm getting there.
Interesting statement. Continue.
Let him bang.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to just do my Jada. Anyway. They then does start discussing what happened. You know. She's like explaining that it's a entanglement.
Why that word? Why that word?
But she gave a timeline. 4.5 years ago.
Yep.
2015. It begun. They brought August into the home after he was having a tough time. Said by Jada. We're coming to your grooming statement. She wanted to help heal someone.
Is she God?
There's the title.
She gave a sexual healing, didn't it? Yeah, literally.
And for me, like, I'll put it this way. If a dude does that, I feel uncomfortable. I feel hella uncomfortable. I think it's wrong in that regard too. But this is just mad because I don't know if this is true or not. So I'm going to say this, and if it's untrue, I qualified the statement by saying I don't know if it's true. Apparently, Jada and his mum, like late mum, are the same age. Or similar age.
From what we know, that is the case.
We're not getting into that either.
That is taps.
Don't worry. It's coming.
Come on, drop it.
How can Will ask you what you did with August, yeah, and you can't even say relationship? My girl said entanglement. What are you doing? Like laces?
but-
Like what's going on, bruv?
By the way, you skipped a part. When she said, I brought August into our life, the way Will Smith was like, oh, yeah. Like, he's validating everything that she did. I'm like, yo.
And top it off, she said org.
No, he said Aug too.
Will has sold himself as a simp. He is a simp.
They got pet names for their little mini lot.
Yeah, man.
Called him Org like he's a puppy.
Org, come here, Org. Come here.
Only thing puppy about August was the doggy style he was running on your wife. Cut that out.
No, keep it in.
Keep it in. This is funny. This is funny, boy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This may not come out.
I'm sorry.
This has to
I have
come
my
out.
moments. I'm sorry. But yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
My guys in the doggy style.
I'm so sorry.
This episode's R-rated one, isn't it?
Okay.
That's probably what she likes. That's probably why she cheated on Will, to be fair.
All right, Jas, carry on.
It's the fact that she brought him in, and we all know that she was grooming him from the jump. There was no, I want to fix him on a genuine thing. And the problem is that she ran game on Will so well that he genuinely believed that he was helping this guy. It's like, rah. That's the worst part. He's like, yo, I feel sorry for this guy. I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to mentor him. And then look at what's happening. And then he's mentoring. She's grooming. And then the minute they have a little thing, he says, we're on a break. She says, nah, we're over. I'm going to go and bang August now.
Give him some sexual healing, yeah?
Calmier's saying this, yeah. So they had to clarify for us so we were aware
Yeah.
that Will didn't give permission.
Yes.
The only person that give permission
It's
to
Jada.
sleep with like your wife.
It's Jada.
Not only that, let's define entanglement.
Definitions.
He did the Googles. Come on, let's hear.
According to the Cambridge Dictionary, because not everyday Oxford,
Official.
it is a situation or relationship that you are involved in and that is difficult to Let me do that again, because that was mad.
It's fine. You got entangled in that one too.
I did actually. Not like Jada. Hoochie mama. Entanglement. A situation or relationship that you are involved in and that is difficult to escape from. The book describes the complex emotional and sexual entanglements to members of the group.
Okay, can we just run the fact that this is an official definition, meaning that when coming on in preparation for the table talk, she looked up other ways to other words to basically avoid the fact that she cheated.
Yeah.
That's tapped.
But the part of the definition that really sticks out to me is the bit when it says, and my phone will load, and that is difficult to escape from. So,
August escaped.
August escaped.
In
She
a
was
way,
killing.
if August
September.
hadn't decided to break ranks and expose the whole thing, there's a strong possibility that this affair may have resumed.
There's a
That's
strong
true, you
possibility
know.
that it would have never ended.
Yeah.
And also, can we just say, I'm not advocating cheating, but maybe people sign NDAs. Thank you.
But also, why did they allow things to break out? Like, I mean, why did it end? What did she get her fill, and then that was it?
You know what the problem was?
August ended it.
August ended it.
August and the
No, Jada said she was never gonna make it serious beyond what it was with August, and August cut her off.
August
so
wanted
he
commitment
asked, what are
from
we?
her.
And then she
Yeah.
just said,
Oh,
you just
right.
jump off. And then
She was
he
trying
was
like a bad bitch and he couldn't handle it anymore.
Basically.
Oh, what a shame.
I mean, quite frankly, considering how the relationship started, would you be surprised?
No.
No.
There we go. So Will has to press her to say relationship. Like he's like a relationship. She's like, yeah.
No. The problem was that she looked surprised when he's like, okay, so can you just like run the statement back one more time? What did you and August have? She's like, what do you mean? An entanglement? He's like, nah. What did you do? And she's like, I don't know. An affair? An affair? Yeah, that, sure.
No.
It's like, no. You had the...
And then, do you know what Will went on to say? Interaction. Bro, stick to your guns. You had a pin in the corner,
Here's
bro.
the problem, right? Will's a simp.
Yeah.
The Fresh Prince is Carlton.
The Fresh Prince is a
Mrs.
simp.
Carlton,
You hate
yeah.
to see it,
But
man.
then
A fresh simp, innit?
The Fresh Simp of Bel-Air is what it is, man.
my only so obviously Red Table Talks is produced by them, so they would have had, you know, that 15-minute talk that we were given is not the
Well,
full
we know
conversation,
it
right?
was heavily edited.
So
That's the best.
looking at him, because he looks quite
He looks tired.
sad, tired.
Pissed.
Do you think he was concerned that maybe she would throw light on what he may or may not have allegedly done in the past to kind of give
But she
as
did
a
anyway, she did anyway.
because she hinted at something.
I think she did.
Near the end.
I think she was that was her get out. She knew that she was gonna throw him under the bus.
You know what I think it is? I think he was in his mind thinking, okay, she's gonna confess what she did. I want to jump down her neck and say what you did was wrong, what you did was this, that, and the third. But if I do,
then she'll jump on. Then she'll jump onto what he did and what he might allegedly have done. We don't know.
There's a
Maybe
lot of
something will happen.
allegations about Mr. Smith. Some of them are very interesting. Some of them are very interesting.
But if we're gonna use discernment and be honest about what it is, Jada cheated first.
Yeah.
I can guarantee. Jada entered the marriage on a cheating tip because she loved Tupac off the jump.
But let's get into that part of the conversation before we return to the current script.
Yep.
So that happens a lot when people settle and they don't marry who they want to love.
Ladies and gentlemen, please never settle. It's just not worth it.
Men and female do it. I need to clarify before I'm
Oh,
attacked.
big facts.
Yeah.
You know them ones that you just knew the wave was coming in it. and the question is why? So do you marry for love or for convenience? Do you marry for stability or because you actually care for someone? Like, I can't lie. My childhood hero got violated. I've
Big time.
You know what the joke is? I watched Fresh Prince the next day.
And you can look at all the same.
Bro, the way I watch episodes now, like Uncle Phil, you're throwing the wrong guy out the house. grab Will, grab his stuff, chuck him out because Jas never got violated like that.
It's true, never.
Yeah, that's true. Even the one time Hillary tried to move Slick, he was just like, nah, I'm better than this.
No.
I just came crying back from him.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
all,
man.
all a madness. But yeah, let's because that clearly is an issue, a whole different issue. I don't know if we'll ever discuss it here, but it's a huge issue. But we'll carry on. So as she breaks down the entanglement and basically backs up everything August said,
Yep.
it's because saying that August wasn't a homewrecker, because we know August wasn't.
No.
Saying that he truly cared for Jada, which August did.
Yep.
It was when she said, that August cut off contact. That made me realize, that regardless of whether Jada ended it or not, August had the final say.
Yep.
He cut off contact.
That's a boss move still.
Let's clap for August.
That's a
You know,
boss
let's clap
move.
for August.
That's a boss move.
Let's clap for August. Like,
That's a G move.
Jaden still should box him up though. No, real talk. Like Jaden should box him up when he sees him.
the thing
real,
is,
for real.
Jaden's not boxing a fly, but
No. Hold on. Let's not act like Jaden doesn't have hands.
that's fine. But August will end him.
Yeah, I
don't
think he's got a
think he
good
will.
foot on him, hasn't he?
Fair shout from that perspective. Yeah, that's true. That's a
But-
tough one. Wow.
But I will say this, that's the issue. That's for me was the biggest issue in this whole scenario.
Oh, there's several issues to this.
Don't worry, the bad marriage for life we're getting to.
Oh,
Wait.
Wait, no.
Oh, we got time. So yeah, we got time.
bad marriage for life, aka the saga continues. What a stage.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Will Smith is caught with his new lover. And he says, it's not an entanglement, this is revenge.
But that was my biggest thing with this, because like, why didn't she cut off contact?
Because she was feeling good.
Because she was in her
No,
feelings.
I know, but like, let's break it down for a second, We haven't even touched on the grooming element.
Do we? So the time frame of this whole, they were on a separation, whatever, and she started to pipe August, entanglement August.
Too entangled.
What project was Will working on?
Which,
Do we know?
I mean, they were all failing, so
Because he must have been working on something.
Possibly
For her to
suicide.
feel
Or
like-
Let's check the movies that came out. He done. He did the
2015.
He did-
It was
he
between
Oh,
20
you know what?
He did Aladdin. Didn't he? He did Aladdin.
No, that was after.
You know what? The funny thing about this is that they laid out the timeline for the entanglement, but they didn't lay out a timeline for
When they had their...
for Jada and Will coming back together. Are you telling me that you lot were separated for 4 years? Because I don't think you were.
When did the entanglement start?
2015.
2015.
So we need to look at movies released...
Between 2015, 2017,
Yeah.
18.
No, 1 minute. So the entanglement started in 2015.
When was August on Red Table Talk?
Was he on Red Table
20
Talk?
Yeah, he
Was
was.
he on it?
2019. 2019.
Was he?
So last year.
Yeah, no. The thing about it was he was on Red Table Talk fam. When I know a look when a guy's done something or when a girl's done something with someone. That look, I was like, he piped. Just off that. And the way she's just comfortably there, I'm like, you Jezebel, this, that, and the third. Because the way he's looking at her, I'm like, fam, if you man weren't in the room right now, this red table talk's gonna be, yo.
It'll still be red though.
And white. It's gonna become the candy cane table, red and white thing, bro. Mad.
Alright, so
my
I'm trying
days.
to find out what he did at that
Have you
point.
check
What?
Wikipedia?
I'm checking Wikipedia now. But we'll carry on.
Well, you can look at like the major blockbusters he had: Suicide Squad.
So Focus, Concussion, Suicide Squad, Collateral Beauty, Bright.
So he was
Aladdin.
busy.
It was
Aladdin is 2019, so it just depends on.
And
the
all Jada was
development-
doing was
the development time for these movies.
She did that one movie with all them girls, Queen Latifah and that. And
yeah,
that
'cause
was
she
it.
just came. She probably just she played that Gamora, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's probably still. Like,
No, not. Did she play? She didn't play
She didn't
Gamora.
play
That was
Gamora. No,
someone
That's
else.
someone else.
That's
She
not
didn't
Jada Pinkett Smith.
No. That was.
Trust me, don't get to that's definitely not Jada.
So,
No.
so Focus was wrapped
She
up in
played on
2013,
Fish Mooney in Gotham,
so
though.
that rules that
Is
out.
Focus the one with the Australian girl?
Yeah, Focus.
That's with Margot.
Hey, Margot.
I mean,
And Concussion
Concussion was the.
started in 2014.
shit.
if it was a bad accent, I may understand.
Hey, you know, to be fair, if I heard tell the truth, I'd be like, you know what? I'm a cheat on this man.
And then Bright, they started filming in 2016.
Bright was a
Bright, no. That means around the time of Bright.
You know what? Fair shout. Bright was a horrible movie. I would cheat too.
No, he wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I'd like to review the roles in our company.
Yeah. Because I mean, I know that when they had their previous Red Table talk, which was interesting, I think he talked about her birthday and him making a fuss about one of her birthdays, and she just talked about being one of the worst days of her life because it felt like it was all about him. So she expressed that she was unhappy in a relationship then, and I thought I feel like that was like a precursor to her letting us know that she may have been looking for
She was looking for a reason.
elsewhere.
My thing is, what I've gathered is that she's been looking for a reason for years to step out on him.
But
But I think it's because
but-
he's
but
seen
the
as like a
quest-
super couple. She didn't want to break it before that.
The Willow and Jaden, obviously their profile, how it gets affected by the whole thing.
because they were huge at one point.
And then obviously he's just the safe option, but she never loved him.
I think she did love him.
I
I
don't
think she
believe-
loved
No, no,
him, but
I
then,
think-
but then
I
it's-
just-
it got dry.
And I also think as well.
I don't believe it.
Like to top that off, I think she did love him.
Capped at 20% or at 60%?
I mean, it's definitely furloughed.
Oh Lord.
Here's the thing. I genuinely don't believe that she ever loved him.
No, I think
I think she did. I think she loved it at one
I
point.
think the love that she had for Will just wasn't.
I think she had an appreciation for him being as safe as he was for her. But the fact is that whatever Tupac did to her, he emotionally imprinted her to where it's impossible for her to actually love someone else.
I agree with Jas. on that one
I
still.
hear you. I
agree
think,
with Jas.
but I think I think if Will and Jada had never become a couple and stayed friends, would have been amazing.
Yes.
It would have been an amazing friendship. But
They're
from-
friends. They're not.
But from the friendship to date,
no.
you can have different. You love people different ways, and the love and respect just wasn't there beyond that point. Now I think at one point when everyone's careers riding high, it's easy to be good. But let's not lie. Will did have the worst movie of one year, with the After Earth one with Jaden.
Oh my god!
that was that though. It was the worst movie of the year.
Honestly, that film.
So
So convoluted.
and I think it's only in the times when it gets a bit more difficult that you start to find out if you truly love someone, if it was just a good moment at a good time, or what level of depth there is to it. And I just don't think the depth was there.
And also, can we address the fact that the reason why they split up was because, for whatever reason, nothing he did for her made her happy. So he was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to split up, find out what makes you happy, I'll find out what makes me happy, and we'll come back together.
And she did.
And she did.
And she did.
She went pipe to 20 or
Yeah.
23. Sorry.
And doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't make a difference.
And I think to round off, because after the entanglement stuff, there wasn't really much more of concrete of good value that came out of that thing. But I think the thing that I kind of want to get onto, and I know saying this is gonna get it's there's gonna be some conversation after this, but we had the Me Too speaking out stuff recently,
Yep, we did.
Let's go.
and
On multiple levels.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
The double standards.
This thing feels like grooming. So
Considering the amount of information we now have on what grooming is and everything,
Yep.
that's grooming.
Yeah.
now
By definition.
I don't want to
Like that.
cast aspersions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a lawsuit either, but I do
I ain't
want to.
got shit to sue for, so go ahead. I'm playing. Please don't.
There we go, bro. But I do want to say this, yeah. I know roles reversed. We're calling cancellation.
Roles reverse. All
Roles
the
reverse. If like Will done this with like one of Willow's friends and all that, he'd be
Lord.
arrested.
He's been called a predator or a nonce.
Yeah,
everything
he would have
under
got
the sun.
sorted.
I mean,
His career would have been over.
I mean,
yeah.
let's call it. We have a comparison.
Yeah.
Tiger.
Hey,
But I mean,
No, we do.
That one's a bit.
I mean,
of a
look,
sick
Slightly
one.
different.
it's not even a bit of a sticky one. I think the reality is Tiger has broken the law. The problem is that you can't really prove it.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. You can prove it, but no one's done anything about it.
No,
Okay.
and I don't think you'll ever get to a point where
that
anyone
one is slightly different because obviously, age of consent, mental capacity to actually,
But mental capacity, mental capacity is the same.
But because of age of consent in America, that's why it's a problem.
Yeah,
Because their age of consent is higher than ours.
in the UK, be fine.
yeah, no, but that's what I'm
Wait,
saying.
what's the age of consent?
18.
18 over
I
there.
thought it was 16.
Nah, here's
It is
16.
16. Over there it's
18.
18. But that's what I'm saying. The two situations are different in that Tiger was just with a minor. I'm saying just as if that's fine, but Tiger was with a minor. Like, Jada preyed upon a young man.
Yeah, but the difference here is that in the UK, August would have been taken to a mental institution for what he was doing and had his human rights taken away. Because when they put you in a mental hospital,
Section, yeah.
they
Oh,
section you and they take your human
Yeah,
rights
they do,
away.
they do.
He would have had his human rights taken away.
True.
There's no way he's gonna be sitting there just casually walking the streets in the UK. NHS will take you. You get put in by anyone. That's where they're putting you
Yeah.
for the drugs, the trauma, all the stuff in between.
Yeah.
Like he did.
Yes,
He
in a very
was.
vulnerable state.
He was
when-
not. He was not in the right frame of mind to consent.
And we need to find out under what mental state did he consent to having intercourse with her.
But even if we clarify that it's all good, yeah. He helped get him back to a state mentally, and so I'm not gonna. As I said, I'm trying to be very careful not to cast aspersions here, but I'm just gonna the way it sounds to me
Right.
is when you're doing that, right? We've seen many an article or many a show that have. I know, what was it? There was a couple shows on I say mainstream TV, they're not anymore, but your BBCs, your ITVs, whatever, that have shed light on this sort of issue. And it's never really looked good.
No.
So when you're doing that and you're caught and we're looking at it in an honest perspective, things are done very subtly. So at what point in the process, yeah, did Jada start throwing out subtle clues
Oh, what about her in August?
about her once in August?
I think the bigger I think tied to that is that she became his hero. She rebuilt him, and it's like there's like there's an admiration for what she did, and then the admiration changed.
But that's my problem with it, because then that goes into something that's been spoken about in our church, where it's like you should never be romantically involved with someone that you're accountable to, because there's a power dynamic there.
Yeah.
Where it's like
It's an abuse of power.
it's abuse of power.
It's safeguarding broken and all sorts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that are involved in that.
It's like working in a school and a teacher student. And
Yeah,
it's
that.
right down the same line.
Right,
yeah.
same line.
It's like I can understand why. Again, the whole having someone you're accountable to and then having a relationship with them.
Yeah,
it's a bit like
it's a bit because
yeah.
I've done youth work. You do youth work.
I've done youth work in the past.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
weird.
a no.
But it's also
100%.
weird because you've seen them grow up. Are you mad?
Yeah, that's a huge
Hi.
no. Like, if you're the same age and they're not accountable to you, and you kind of met whatever, organically, fine. But when you've had to help them grow as an individual,
Yeah, then
For me, like,
that's
that's-
I feel like you're taking advantage.
That's a cut off point for me.
and for me, I feel uncomfortable with that stuff. Like, I personally don't vibe. I remember every time we speak about like, just in general, like people we've sort of look after or like keep an eye on. So no,
It's a no.
Yeah, you can't,
it's a no.
Can't cross that line.
Because like you're there for them in a certain manner. You can, and because you can do it so subtly, and they're usually very intense anyway, it becomes an issue.
And the thing is, they might see what you're doing as that way.
Anyway. Yeah.
And if you're not careful and say, "No, this is the line," and if you just entertain a small thing, then they'll turn around saying, "Faster."
Yeah,
This
bro,
one.
it's not right, man.
Take that G out your mouth, bro.
Bro, man.
And that's my thing. And I think that's I'm trying not to call it what that in that scenario, because whilst it does come across very much like it.
We can call a spade a spade. Let's not beat around the bush. She
Yeah.
groomed him.
Come.
She groomed him. I'm not.
But my only issue is this: is the fact that in the male culture, he ain't gonna call that.
It doesn't have to. We'll call it for him.
No,
We're
we
not
are
groomed.
calling it for him, but he's not gonna call that. He may call it in 2-3 years time, because the fact that he had that interview and Angela Yee meant that he got to a point where he could call it what it is.
Yeah.
But I think if he finally, I know he's still going through some stuff. When he finally gets his head together, and I'm not on the cancelling culture thing, so
No.
I don't like. I like being held accountable, not take down.
Yeah.
But I think when he finally gets to a point of being comfortable with what's going on, with where he's at, where his life's at, where his career's at, and he gets into a functioning relationship, he may look back on this one, and call it what it is.
I'm gonna simplify it, because usually when it comes down to like when hypothetically, when people start moving mad and just going out there and like sexing up the whole world, it's not, from the male perspective, a lot of time it's just done as an act. It's not really thought emotionally. It's just like, all right, boom, I beat, I move, I beat, I move. It's like a track. They don't really care. And sometimes women that you can feel that kind of emotional attachment. For some people, not all people. Some people can be the same. Cool. I feel like with their dynamic, he was emotionally invested.
Yeah,
he was emotionally in love with her, and she was just beating.
Yeah.
He was her jump off,
and that's the problem. The problem is,
and that was it.
That's how it came across. No, it's not like we're just assuming it.
No,
that's how I came across in the Red Table Talk.
Yeah.
So like, and I think that is a bigger issue in terms of with music industry and entertainment industry and working in like managers having like romantic relations with their staff, their colleagues, or like people that work under them. Music people, you hear those people having to have sex with people to get on. Like in the modern industry, it happens a bit so people can get more shoots and stuff like that. Like
the Harvey Weinstein stuff.
Like Harvey White, like, you know what I mean? Like, you've got a lot of stuff where it happens and the same old cycle. And in every scenario, I've backed it in terms of when, not the behavior, but when the stuff comes out and it gets exposed and people being taken advantage of and all that stuff, you back it because quite frankly, it's an abuse of power and you're lying to someone. Why is it in this case that everyone's backing Jada?
Double standards, man.
What kind of power does she have over these people? Like, that's what I want to know.
It's like, I don't want to sound like anti-women or anything like that, but
speak on it, bro.
This is one of the first times we've had it when it's been a woman who's like the
very
one
clearly
who's done the wrong.
Yeah,
and it kind of disgusts me when I see people saying like praising her for it.
Praising her?
Well, not praising her.
Fam, have you not gone through the Facebook comments, bruv?
But I wouldn't say praising. I'll say like
not
for not shooting her down because of this.
Okay,
For like making it a meme rather than be like, no, this is wrong.
And what I haven't liked as well is, as we said, the Fresh Prince is now Carlton. But what I haven't liked is seeing the DMs against 50.
That's wild.
And against Will Smith with 50 and Michael Blackson in particular.
50 Cent, 50 Cent, nothing.
And Michael Blackson went off. And then his last post today, bruv, it's not for viewing.
Okay, so
if you're not a certain age, fam.
So here's my thing, right? Obviously, we're all like cracking jokes, this, that, and the third.
Fam, the TikToks will be banner, bruv.
Yeah, here's my problem, right? Right now, we're putting Will in we as in everyone involved in social media, putting Will in a very compromising and stressful mental state.
Yeah.
And my thing about this is that it's a very, and this is me who's been making the maddest jokes.
Yeah.
It's a very slippery slope. And what I don't want to happen, right, is for Will to feel like it's done for him. There's no way he can go. And then he acts on that emotion, and then we all respond with RIP. I don't want that to happen because.
But I think Will's gonna be fine in
Yeah.
that
he should be
regard.
fine. But what I don't like is how everyone's just jumping on him right now.
Yeah, but you know what? And this is just the issue of life as it is. When it's your time, it's your time. And right now, it's how you conduct. They live a very public life.
True.
Therefore, how you conduct your life publicly. Once you leave it to the public to discuss it, the public has an opinion.
Yeah.
You've let them in. Like that's why privacy is, whilst it's going away, it's in certain areas you need to be very much protected.
True. But then to that same point,
As Jas
Go
was
ahead.
saying about as well, it's like you worry about his mental health as well because it must be like obviously he's reading what's going on social media. No, you can't tell me he's not reading all the stuff.
Oh no, he's
all
getting
the
tagged in
blogs,
everything, bro.
all the blogs, all the everything, and it must be affecting him mentally. It must be affecting him, but like as you said, you don't want anything to happen to him and he ends up killing himself or even worse.
I mean,
worse the case scenario.
The only thing I'd probably say on the back end of that is these are two people that have been in the industry for a very, very, very long time.
Yes.
And as much as people are making a joke of him and laughing at him, I still think this is probably the best case scenario outcome for this whole situation because there's been many, many talks, rumors, and whispers about their relationship and stuff they may or may not have done over the years, and none of that is coming up during this period. Stuff relating to him, how he got the role,
we say
a lot of stuff, right? And none of that kind of stuff has come up. So as bad as it is, people trolling him and mocking him and all that kind of stuff, this is like the best worst case scenario. Because if the other alleged allegations and rumors
and the whole thing
start coming up from, oh, you think this is bad? Well, I heard Will did, and then it's a whole different issue.
Yeah.
So this is probably best worst case scenario, and they can ride it out. And all you have to do is drop a movie at the end of this year, no one will care anymore.
I think that as well, and I think the truth
Or
is,
get divorced.
Well,
if I was him, there's no saving that. I get divorced.
thing is, the problem is
What are you in it for? The kids are both adults.
that and Tyler
But
Creator's
then-
son's
Tyler
dad.
Creator's playing Jaden.
But then that would be his second divorce, and then he'll look like a bigger failure.
That's
No. But the thing is,
I think sometimes you have to like he has to
Evaluate himself.
Put more value in himself and like just go through a divorce and not care about
More
it. Because
value
he's
in
got-
yourself than the stigma.
Yeah, because he's already got the memes coming in. So if he gets divorced, it's not going to make it worse. It's probably going to make it a bit better, actually.
If
Shows he
Will
has balls.
Smith drops a track in August, I'm done. If Will Smith drops a track, Surf in August, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
You have to remember, Will Smith was a rapper before he became an actor, so you
What
never know.
rapper?
Will Smith might have bars
Yeah,
still.
but let's
Clive,
remember
you said
what
something.
type of rapper he
You said
was.
something
Like,
if Will calls up Jazzy Jeff and says, listen, in August, I want to drop a track called Why I Hate the Summertime and just do a whole flip on our own summertime.
it's one called Winter
You know,
Time or something.
I want the hook from Charles Gambino's Summertime track though. I want the hook. I want the sample in there.
I mean, I could see that happening. I mean, I think, like I said, you know, she wouldn't have gone on Red Table Talks if she didn't feel like that was the best way to manage the situation. And I think even the way how she talked about it, we have to infer what they did. We don't know if they had sex.
What?
We don't know. We could, no. Honestly, I'm just saying, be honest.
Based on in a court of law, she didn't say she had sex.
We don't know that they've had sex. Obviously, the court of public opinion and anyone that has two brain cells could tell.
August
that
Alsina, an R&B
something.
An R&B don is not having sex.
Good
No,
work.
all I'm saying is we cannot conclusively say they had sex. We can strongly believe strongly imply they had sex. Cool, but we don't know concretely that they had sex. That's the first thing.
Fair shot. Okay, I'll give you
We know it was definitely an emotional relationship because of how August is talking
Yeah.
and how she's kind of sort of whatever.
And the fact that you had to
entanglement.
cut off. The fact you had to cut
Yeah.
contact was very emotional.
So for them, they could basically easily spin this and make it a nothing thing
I agree.
easily.
And I think with that in mind, you know, I think the reason why this chat is required and why there'll be other chats about stuff is because in this whole movement, this is the first time I've not seen someone get attacked for what's happened.
Yeah,
It's the first time someone's gonna walk away scot-free.
and that's not right.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Not because I want judgment. Quite frankly, I think a lot of this stuff should be handled a very different way, personally.
I think it just highlights the double standards.
Yeah, it does.
There's a major double
And I
standard.
think that's where we're heading.
Yeah.
But, you know, as I said, I don't want people to kind of hide their truth. And I think what I was happy about most of all from this was that August spoke up about it. Obviously, the fact we're using music makes it very suspect.
The timing, is not.
The timing is suspect. And it'll get more listens on the tracks. But I don't like how he did it. It was a PR move. Yeah. Which makes me question where he's at mentally.
Yeah.
Bit of a savage move.
And some of the stuff we did with Kiki
yeah.
Palmer afterwards on Twitter. Which is
We're not going to talk about that. That was out. Nah,
that
man.
was out of pocket.
Why Kiki got to catch a stray for? Why?
But I will.
Because he can't speak to Jada.
Well, I will say this. Yeah, I just think it. I think when we look back on this year in like 10 years' time, I hope we look back on it with positive thoughts and not look back on it and be like, what in the world happened?
Yeah.
I'll end my thoughts here. Kai, I'll give you the final word.
Don't hurt your partners, boys. That's all
it.
I can say. Like,
That's
if you're gonna be in a relationship with someone, make sure you're happy. That's what I can say.
Yep.
I respect that,
So
man.
I need to take note.
Yeah,
That's
Just
it,
saying.
man. You know what, Kai? This is your third podcast of the year. We love
it's
you,
good to be
bro.
back.
Yep.
This is in your boys from Eightseven.
Yep.
Hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, hit the follow.
I just want to add one tiny little minor thing. I think this is the lesson now that we should stop idolizing celebrity relationships.
Oh,
yeah,
Because
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't know what's
Speak
going-
on
Fact,
it.
You don't know what's going on behind closed doors, in the side wing, or in the August room. You just don't know.
And that's a wrap, lads.
That's a wrap. So
That's
yeah,
a wrap.
guys, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're following on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I think you can hit the follow on both.
Rate it 5 stars and leave a comment in it.
Yep, share it around as well.
Yep.
We'll be back with more. It's quite an interesting time with everything going on, so I think we're going to bring a lot of episodes for the podcast coming through. Kai, as I said, appreciate you coming back on.
Yeah,
Thank
hope
you,
to see
bro.
guys
Thank
again.
you.
Yeah,
And,
no worries, guys.
Folks, take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves.
Love each other. Don't get entangled. Peace.
And what are your thoughts on the entanglement?
Yeah,
Let
man,
us
leave your
know,
comments
drop a
below.
comment, send a video reply. We might put it in the next one.
Yeah, I think, and also just keep sending your discussion topics or your topics for like that you wanted to see discussed. We've had quite a bit of feedback on stuff, which we'll be discussing soon.
Yep.
And as you said, just fire the line off again, bro.
Yep. Love each other. Don't get entangled. Peace, people.
Thank you for your support. Peace.
Love.